I need to talk to you about the dog park. I know it sounds like heresy. The dog park is a great place, right? It's where our dogs socialize, burn off energy, and live their best, leash-free lives. We build them with the best intentions. But what if I told you that those good intentions don't actually guarantee good design? Especially when it comes to canine social structure. We often see the dog park as the ultimate solution for socialization, but let us be real. It might actually be one of the most stressful environments we routinely expose our dogs to. And once you understand why it's flawed by design, you can make much smarter choices for your best friend. Stick around, because we're going to challenge this widely accepted norm. Not with outrage, but with genuine insight into canine behavior. If you love your dog and want them to feel truly safe and relaxed, this video is for you. Think about the fundamental setup. The dog park is designed to group unfamiliar dogs together, suddenly in a confined space. In any other setting, if you threw 20 strangers into a room and expected them to manage their own conflicts and energy levels perfectly, you'd call it a social experiment, maybe even a disaster waiting to happen. Yet, we expect this exact outcome from dogs, who communicate primarily through subtle body language that often goes ignored in a chaotic environment. One of the biggest issues is the complete lack of shared communication rules among the human attendees. We all have different ideas of what constitutes acceptable play. One person sees two dogs tackling each other aggressively and thinks, "Oh, they're just playing," while another sees the same scene and pulls their dog away, terrified. This inconsistency means that dogs don't have reliable cues from their owners. And worse, they don't have reliable cues from the other dogs, who might have very different rules based on their home life and prior training. This leads directly to energy clashes. You might have a high-drive Malinois needing to sprint for 30 minutes, mixing with a sensitive Cavalier King Charles Spaniel who just wants to sniff the grass quietly. These deeply mismatched play styles and energy levels are forced to interact. For the high-energy dog, they might finally get the rough and tumble they crave. But for the sensitive dog, this isn't fun, it's overwhelming. That overstimulation isn't leading to healthy socialization. It's triggering stress responses. And here's a massive behavioral paradox. We take the leash off, thinking we're liberating their bodies. But in reality, we aren't necessarily relaxing their minds. When dogs are forced into close quarters with high arousal levels, they often don't get the chance to use natural canine communication mechanisms like gradual approach or splitting when things get to tense, that is, naturally separating themselves into smaller groups to de-escalate. They are cornered even if the park is large. This lack of control over their space means they can't practice consent. Good canine interactions involve clear, mutual consent, a subtle bow, a pause, a sniffing session that slowly builds trust. In the dog park, it's often an abrupt charge and an immediate, intense interaction. If your dog doesn't have the confidence or the speed to clearly signal, "I don't want to play right now," they get steamrolled. The design inherently favors the bold, confident, or even pushy dog, and it completely overwhelms the sensitive, shy, or older dog. If your dog is consistently the one hiding behind your legs or constantly trying to break away from the rough play, the dog park is actively setting them back socially, teaching them that other dogs are something to be feared, not cautiously enjoyed. So, where does the real safety lie? It's not in the fence. The safety of the dog park depends far more on the quality of the humans present than the quality of the space itself. Are the owners paying attention? Do they know how to spot stress signals, the lip licking, the whale eyes, the low tail wag that signals anxiety, not happiness? Are they intervening before a small disagreement escalates into a serious fight? If the answer is no, then the environment is risky, regardless of how much space there is. Now, here's the important takeaway. I am not saying that dog parks are inherently bad and should be banned. That's a black and white view, and canine behavior is all about nuance. What I am saying is that dog parks are limited. They are a tool, and like any tool, they must be used carefully and intentionally. If your dog is highly confident, loves rough play, and you can reliably monitor them and the other participants, then maybe the park works for you. But if your dog is sensitive, if they've had a few bad experiences, or if they struggle with overstimulation, there are far better ways to socialize them. Small, known playdates with dogs you trust. Sniff walks in quiet neighborhoods. Or group training classes focused on parallel walking. Ultimately, the goal is to give our dogs the best life possible, and sometimes that means recognizing that the popular solution isn't the best solution for our specific dog. It's not the park that's the problem. It's how we use it, and whether we choose to ignore the glaring flaws in its design. Knowing this empowers you to make better choices. If this video helped you look at the dog park with a fresh perspective, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into canine behavior. Let me know in the comments, what's your biggest dog park pet peeve? Thanks for watching.